Hi, and welcome back to Wicked One's Tale. My name's Carmen. Today we had a little bit of an audio issue, so if you did not see the first part of this reading, check the description box below. I've got the link to the first half already shared there. But every now and then PooTube likes to mess with my audio. So let's see. I think you guys did hear me talking about the Magician and Five of Cups, indicating that there was somebody that thought that they could continue to be um, disrespectful and a bit of a heartbreaker with no consequences. And then this magician was like, no, mm-mm, we're done with you. You're going to learn your lesson. And so then I pretty much threw all of the cards around the table. So if you didn't see that part, I'm sorry you missed it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Redbeard. I think usually what happens is they take one part of the audio and then they just like run it over and over and over and over again, trying to make you hate the sound of my voice. But we've got clarifying desire and somebody moving away or selling a property. We've got somebody here who is freaking out, trying to make an apology, trying to protect something that they've lost. But why do we have the Seven of Swords here? If they were actually coming clean, this would be in the reverse. Instead, oh, that's awful, Joanna. Instead, we have somebody who is hoping they can apologize for just like 10% of what they did and not actually come clean about what they should be apologizing for. So, this is why the universe is saying, no, you're going to sit down, you're going to think about what you've done, and this person that you thought you could be disrespectful towards, they're healed. They're about to be blessed in a way that's going to make you like freak out, like your skin's going to crawl. All right. So, we're going to continue with the Crow Tarot. And thank you to all of you that have found a way over to the second half of the reading. I know it can be a little bit difficult to navigate that. Hi, Trinity. How are you doing today? We have Five of Wands in the reverse. No more fighting. No more drama. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. There was a lot of toxicity and arguments because this person, again, just like does not understand the concept of accountability. So this is somebody who would have been maybe like really fun. You're so welcome. Maybe really fun to hang out with, but then when things get less fun, it's really not fun, right? So a bit of a roller coaster. And this is because with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, this is somebody who wants things to be done for them or doesn't put in any effort, right? So they're not trying to keep the peace. They're not trying to make you happy. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and so that led to some instability, right? We had the Temperance in the reverse come out in the first half, indicating it just wasn't a good mix. So with the Hanged Man, there was an opportunity here for you to look at the situation in a different way and change your perspective so that you could remove yourself from a situation that was kind of tapping you out, not rebuilding or refilling your cup, right? So we have the Hermit, the Four of Swords in the reverse, and the Six of Wands. What a interesting conversation or like progression here, because we've got, I think, two energies in one. Somebody realizing that another person is really not investing in changing or becoming a better version of themselves. And so that in turn was almost like a volley back to you saying, okay, if you are working to change yourself and you're consistently being roadblocked by somebody who is not interested in becoming a better person, then there's a like call to action for you to put this person to the side. Like you're not helping me be a better person. You're actually trying to block me from being a better person. So, karate chop. Bye. See you later. You're gone. I don't want to deal with you anymore. You're like a nuisance. Hey, Jim. How are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, well, Jim, here's the thing. I've been in those situations. Sometimes, though, this is like a rejection is protection thing. There might be something better out there for you. There might be a reason why that fell through. Because, like, I don't know. I've definitely had my suspicions that things were not quite accurate. And then, like, a week later, I understand that. But you can believe whatever you want to believe. Yes, exactly, Ben. That's kind of how it has to go, you know? You're right, Patricia. Well, I hope it moves quickly for you, Jim. All right, so with the Six of Wands, though, this is kind of the like end cap to the situation. I asked this person that I was spending time with to be a better person, and they didn't want to stand up and be accountable. They didn't want to take time to think about what they had done or how they could change the situation or even just be honest about the situation. As a result, there's a need to ask whether or not you can be successful with this person in your energy. Is there a way to move forward when you're constantly being dragged backward, right? And so this person is going to end up seeing that you have been able to turn things around. You are healing things, you are healing yourself, and you're making better decisions for yourself, right? Yeah, exactly, Patricia. All right, let's get one more from the Crow Tarot, and then I think we'll use the Tarot Familiars. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. There's somebody here who's a little bit concerned that if you're going to be leaving, that you take the evidence of success with you, which is to say this is somebody who was really invested in materialism or some sort of like showing off to other people, right? Like a lot of their perception or their reputation is built in materialism or some sort of like, I'm doing better than you in life, so I can feel good about myself instead of just actually liking themselves, right? And you're going to take all of this success or maybe even just like financial know how, and they're going to end up having to deal with the fallout, right? Yeah, the little animals. Oops. Let's move over there now. All right, what else do we have? Two of Wands in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse. So when somebody was hoping to make amends with you, they did so with that false energy at the basis of it, right? Like this is somebody who wanted to repair things for the outcome they could get for it or from the benefits they could get by having you in their life. But they weren't actually trying to resolve the situation, come clean, be honest about what they did, and become a better person, right? So somebody is learning that they have to basically deal with their own crap because their apology was not authentic. This is a disappointing apology, a disappointing attempt at making things better, right? Justice. Wow. So here's our adorable little Justice kitty. So we've got Six of Wands, Nine of Cups in the reverse. This person who did not want to learn their lesson and did not want to actually hold themselves accountable for what happened here, they're going to learn their lesson from the universe. So it's like you had your opportunity. You could have done things the right way. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. And with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, they're losing things that they maybe had already considered to be theirs, whatever they consider to be wish fulfillment. So for a lot of you, this feels like somebody who thought that they could be in multiple relationships and then not be honest with either person. They're losing both of them, right? Very true, Redbeard. It's like, oh, so you messed up again. Well, I don't really feel bad about you having a fallout then. I'm gonna go eat some food. Give me some tune. Oof, duh. Not a nice looking dude, right? He's just like, how can I be a bad influence on you? So this comes across to me as somebody who has been operating out of fears or insecurities. So this is somebody who is really focused on basically a way forward that doesn't involve healing. It doesn't involve letting go of things like codependency or insecurity, right? This is somebody who lives within their fears and doesn't know how to move away from them. Knight of Swords. Hierophant. The Hierophant's in the reverse, along with the Eight of Wands. There's information that comes to light, and I feel like this is after you've already said what you needed to say, or already after you've said, I think this is happening. I don't have any evidence, but I know it's happening, right? Like, I'm not interested in hearing your little stories. The Knight of Swords indicates that there is something that happens on social media that makes everyone aware of what the truth actually is. And with the Hierophant in the reverse, we've got somebody who doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. I think that's you saying, this is not for me, right? Eight of Wands in the reverse, so I don't really want to talk to you anymore. And this is right underneath our Seven of Swords, somebody who still feels like it's a good idea to lie. Possibly because they feel like you don't have any evidence for it, but it doesn't really matter. You already know. Maybe they revealed themselves in what they said or didn't say, right? Hi, Ivan. How are you doing? Lucy, I think this is the first time you've been on the second video, but I'm trying to keep them, like, keep track of them. How's it going, Lucy? All right, let's get some additional info. We'll go with the Gypsy Oracle. So we have surprise in the reverse. I feel like this is you not being surprised at this person's inability to take accountability. You knew what to expect from them. And that's part of what made it easier for you to move forward, right? Wait, is that like Angela? Isn't it Merkel? Either way, you probably know Germany better than I do in terms of politics. Young woman. So this is near the immature woman and false person, right? So somebody is acting in a way that is not very surprising, right? There's an immaturity here. But sometimes you have to go through something pretty significant to realize that you have to actually, like, work on your own healing, you know? Waiting in the reverse, somebody decided, I think this is your energy, that there was really no use in waiting around for somebody to change when you've already seen evidence that they're not really interested in becoming a better person. You know how to move forward and let go of something when they don't demonstrate that they want to actually be a better person. So we have waiting in the reverse, along with conversation in the reverse, and doctor. And I'm taking this to basically mean you're realizing through what they don't say or how they handle conversation poorly that you need to fix this problem. You need to amputate. You need to accept the reality and move forward. We have servant. Some of you may have felt like this person was expecting you to do everything for them, or at the very least, expecting you to fix things, problems that they created, right? Hey, if that's what happens in the chat, I'm totally okay with it, Ben. Constancy. You demonstrated a willingness to be there for someone. You are reliable. You were that like Queen of Pentacles energy. And the other person let you down, and they were not that way. The other person was haughty. They thought that they could get away with something, or they thought they could be greedy. Tell me about the desire card. Money in the reverse. I don't really like that vibe. So what I get from this, you guys, is that somebody was content to stay in a situation with you because of money. And they went and spent that money on somebody else. Or, you know, money is fungible. So, you know, I'm going to spend money on my own crap, but then like I can use this extra discretionary money on, you know, whatever. Hi, Lori. How are you doing? And this person was like, hey, you know what? I don't really need to communicate that things are over because I still want the money. I don't have any money of my own. So I'll just, you know, let the devil control me. I will be dishonest. And with the messenger here, I feel like this is somebody trying to basically tell you everything is fine. And again, in their way of communicating with you when they were lying about the situation, that I feel is when you picked up on something being wrong. There was something off. They were not as adept at lying as they thought they were. Yes, exactly, Ben. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, please. We've got sorrow. Oh, really? It almost feels like this person has, I don't know. That's maybe too far. I think they're mad they got caught. I don't know that they're necessarily learning from the situation. Well, I hope that means it's as if I knew your story, but that means a lot, Lori. Thank you for sharing that. I think in general, we all have similar experiences wrapped up in different bows. And so if we can, you know, find a place where we can talk through those, especially because there are some great people in the chat, then there's a way we can all grow from that, right? Shit, maybe even a couple of you get married someday. Hey, thanks, Ivan. You were right. Turns out to be the sexiest comment in all the land. All right, here we go. We've got somebody now who's like, oh, wait, I didn't mean to piss you off. I still need your money. So if they come crawling back trying to apologize to you, I don't think I need to tell you twice. Be a little bit like on guard, right? Yeah, malady. This person is possibly going to try to tell you that they are struggling because of an illness, possibly related to mental health, possibly more physical. But we've got somebody who wants to kind of like play up a disadvantage of theirs to see if your compassion will enable them to kind of save their ass, right? Well, enable you to save their ass. All right, we're going to continue with the everyday tarot. And then we might have to call it. I've got a personal reading I'd like to get done quickly here. Well, not quickly, but get done before the day gets away. Eight of Wands in the reverse on the Page of Pentacles. For many of you, you feel that going no contact or remaining no contact is essential for your healing. And I happen to agree with you, especially because this is on the Page of Pentacles. This is your new beginning. This is somebody who would make it, I think, very difficult for you to establish that new beginning if you were to keep their energy in yours, right? This is somebody who needs to learn a lesson by losing you. Four of Pentacles. This is you protecting your energy. If you're going to lie to me, if you're going to have an opportunity to come clean and still lie to me, then you are beneath me. You don't get to be in my energy. Sorry, high vibe only. It's just how it is. And that's going to be the protection that you need to move forward, right? That's why somebody's irritated at your ability to heal, because it basically excludes them. High Virtuous Viking. I love that name. Yes. Yes, that is an excellent point. Codependency can rear its ugly head in so many different ways, but financial independence and the ability to F off whenever you want or whenever you need to have that solitude is critical. So I always encourage you to make decisions in a way that enables you to be independent, even if you're in a relationship, because you can be in a healthy relationship and still have that independence, right? Thank you, Virtuous Viking. I love it. I know, right? Like, do you know how awesome I am? And you chose to exclude yourself? Hashtag regret. All right, there's our Queen of Pentacles right next to the Marriage card. She is often the wifey of the tarot deck. So this is somebody who is kind and responsible, financially independent, likely, right? Because we're talking about pentacles. But this is also somebody who, honestly, the vibe I'm getting off of this is that there was somebody here who made it clear by way of contrast or comparison that the person in the relationship was not being loyal. It's almost like you had a friend or a love interest show you what true loyalty is, and that was a stark contrast to this person. So for some of you, you may have had a good friend that really helped you see that this was not the right situation for you. I love it, Patricia. Hi, Pharaoh. How are you doing? You're present. I like it. Yes. 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 And there's some intelligence there, right, Viking? But at the same time, there's a question mark, right? If you have a lack of accountability, are you wise enough to excuse yourself from the table and say, I need to heal? This feels more to me like a little bit of forced healing, like time out, you know? We have the Emperor in the reverse, indicating that we have somebody who is controlling. And for some of you, this is a wife energy that was controlling. And for others of you, this is someone who is trying to be controlling and give off the vibe that they were just a partner, right? Sometimes people use that relationship as a justification for their controlling energy. And I don't really subscribe to the idea that if you're in a loving relationship, you have to be, you know, watching somebody, waiting for them to misstep, you know? If you're in a healthy relationship, you should have the ability to trust each other with, you know, a couple of conversations along the way, right? To act in a way that demonstrates that loyalty. And when you don't, or when you fail to, then we can have one of those conversations and see how you handle it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm glad you got away from that, Lori. That's really difficult. I remember working at a restaurant when I was 17, and if you're wondering how long ago this was, there was still smoking allowed in the Mall of America. I had a woman that I was serving, and I think her kind of obnoxious husband had maybe just gone to the bathroom or something, but he was just being difficult. She looks at me and she says, "Don't ever marry an alcoholic." And I don't really like to judge people because we've all been through things, right? And I think it's important to distinguish that when you have those addictions or codependencies, there are absolutely people who conquer those demons, right? They move forward. But she was dealing with somebody who was in the throes of the addiction, and it was really complicating her life and creating instability financially in particular. So you got to be able to acknowledge that if people are broken and not willing to heal, that inevitably bleeds over into your own healing process. So, Lori, I'm proud of you. I hope you're finding happier days. Oh, well, let's hope that's the blessing that comes from that, right? Do you, Mr. Viking? All right, we've got Death and the Star in the reverse. So, it's kind of like what we were just talking about, you guys. You might have to end something that's a little difficult to end when there's a realization that healing is more complicated or more difficult to come by if you stay. Tell me about the malady, please. We have Four of Cups in the reverse. Do people think you're crazy for choosing your own happiness? I mean, that's a thing. That's a real thing that happens, you guys. I could write a book on that. So we have Four of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. This feels to me like a reassessment of the situation, kind of like what we were talking about, right? The idea that sometimes it's difficult, but you have to ask yourself, am I withholding my own happiness from myself because I'm too busy investing in something that isn't right for me, that is just holding me back? The Page of Wands, the energy I get from this is basically somebody who is looking at their life and saying, I know what to change. I know what's standing in my way. I know what the obstacle is. Tell me about the official person in the reverse. The Hermit in the reverse. So this is like a propped up ego, right? I'm not as great as I say I am, but I'm not ever going to admit that. I want everyone to think I am like the coolest person, the smartest person, the I don't know, most successful person that anyone's ever met. I'm going to make sure they see my really expensive Tesla and the shoes that I paid $400 for, but only wore once, like some weird shit like that. And this person is refusing to look within and change or heal what needs to be healed or changed. All right. What else on the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, please? So because this person wasn't willing to put in the work or actually be a better person, you were like, that's it. It might be terrifying, but I'm going to go off on my own. I'm going to find a better life. Good for you, Pharaoh. Oh, we all cry at times, Lori, but I'm sending you a hug. Crocs and socks. That's funny. All right, what else do we have? Tell me about the Devil, please. Ten of Cups. Really? Ten of Cups is like happily ever after. This feels to me like there was a final test standing between you and your happiness. You had to be able to let go of perhaps being overly compassionate or wanting to help somebody who didn't want to help themselves. And may have taken you a while to change your perspective here because this hanged man is in the reverse. Remember, we have the hanged man in the upright over here, indicating that you had to let go of this idea, right? Some may see you as a bit of a devil because you are so focused on your own happiness, because you are willing to let go of people that don't align, right? Well, the devil can also be the obsession card, right? Somebody may have realized what's standing in the way of my Ten of Cups, what's standing in the way of my happiness is my desire to help somebody that isn't willing to be helped. I have to change my perspective. Sometimes we are the obstacle to our own happiness, and it takes a while to accept that, to act accordingly, right? To make changes that enable us to move forward. And when we realize that we're the obstacle, we have to be, willing to kind of laugh about it. Okay, well, I did that, but I know how to change it. The whole idea behind being able to learn from lessons and create a better life is being willing to look at every situation as an opportunity to learn and become a better person. And I think a lot of you are doing that, right? All right, let's get a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then I gotta go. We've got you need self confidence, otherwise, you will lose. All right. It can be hard sometimes to believe in ourselves, right? Especially when we take a few punches from somebody that we trust or we love. So I'm going to look at you right now. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? Because you should. This says you need self confidence. So say some nice things to yourself every now and then, okay? Try to control those thoughts. Make sure that you are envisioning the end you want instead of what could go wrong, okay? You will suffer a great loss, but will overcome your grief. This could be an actual loss in terms of somebody passing away. If so, you have my condolences. I think for the majority of you, this is more so having to walk away from somebody you really care about, right? But you will overcome this. Rejection is protection. You have people near you who are not true. It's a process. Sometimes you have to walk away from an entire community. Sometimes you have to really look closely at individuals that you have held on to for decades, right? Exactly, Viking. Where should I place my energy? Where will my energy have the greatest impact? It wasn't easy to decide to start a YouTube channel because I kind of have a deep hatred for social media. But it's a passion of mine to talk through these kinds of ideas with people who are ready to make changes in their life. And this is the right place to do it, right? So we've got to identify where our energy has the greatest impact. And I think you've got the idea. We have a secret of something unimportant. I feel like this is that person who thinks that they can withhold the truth from you. They may come back and try to get you back on the hook with some information. And my advice to you is when you know that a person is still in need of healing, don't talk. Why? Why get looped back in? It might be difficult. You may have a word or two you'd really like to throw at them, like, so, yeah, no, I got something to tell you. But you don't really need to, do you? There is no satisfaction out there better that I have found than recognizing in yourself a greater strength or ability to hold back when you know you're only going to be wasting your time, your breath, your energy if you interact with somebody. Sure. Go ahead, send another email to my spam folder. I don't need to deal with it. So somebody's going to try to use information to reel you back in. And my advice to you is just to be like, too busy dancing. Oh my God, there's a spider going down from the ceiling right there. Hey, what's up, dude? So that tells me there's somebody who wants to get back into your house that you're not really cool with spending time with. I'll eat you in my sleep later. All right, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for hopping over to the second reading with me. And I will see you later on with another reading. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.